So another big challenge that couples therapists face is that the couple can often get highly escalated, reactive, having fights in the room quite vociferously, and especially inexperienced therapists really don't know what to do. Just how do you handle that?
Well, the first thing is to handle it, that the therapist needs to be able to take control, to interrupt and take control of the session, interrupt the argument.
How?
Usually these moments can give an opportunity to catch the cycle in the room. So calling it out, that's how one way is to call it out and to work with the present process. That's a very effective way to manage the reactivity. Having partners turn and talk to you. I'll say, look at me, talk to me. Any way to interrupt what's automatically going on as they get more and more escalated between each other can be very, very helpful.
Okay, so let's look at some examples of this. And first, we're going to see some examples with John and Nydia. And this is a couple that is highly reactive, particularly in the earlier sessions. And you'll see Scott using a combination of techniques, interrupting and reflecting the process, for example.
Yeah, and he's also careful not to break alliance. He uses a lot of warmth. Sue often says empathy calms aggression, and you notice that here.
He tried to explain, but I was because I was trying to get everything in the car. I had like 3 bundles because we were going to run errands. So then
I was holding everything. You had a little bottle of water.
I went back into the house and got water because the bird was we left for the weekend, and so the neighbor said that the bird was very thirsty on the weekend. I don't know nothing about birds actually, but I thought it was a good idea to go get water, good water, and she said to put a little dish of water because they like to bathe. So when I got the little dish of water, I threw it out, and he saw me. He was just looking at me, and he had the bags that needed to go to the car, and I was just changing the water. Anyway, he saw me throwing the water, and then he says, "What are you doing? I just changed that." So he didn't know what was happening, and I said, "I changed the water," and I said, "You know what? You're assuming that I'm throwing away the food, and you're just looking at something to get upset, and you caught me," and then I just blew off. That's what happened.
See how she's judging me that I'm looking to catch her? No,
she's looking at me to see what
I'm waiting for you.
I'm washing, I'm doing the clothes, I'm cleaning, I'm doing all this stuff, and he doesn't look at that. He looks that I'm throwing away the...
So let's slow down. Let's slow down, John, okay?
Yeah, so... He's looking at me. He's just looking at me to see if I'm laying.
Okay.
If I want to see the TV, I can't because he doesn't want to see the TV.
Stop.
So it's got to be when he wants things.
Stop. Hold on, you guys. This is what you do, huh?
Yeah, this
like
is what we do.
Talk over each other. Yeah, well, it's kind of like, my sense is that you guys just go until you leave, all right? But what ends up happening, but I want to slow it down for just a little bit because this can be understood.
Can?
Yes, we can understand this. We can figure this out. And it's going to be really helpful once we do. Okay? How in the world?
I'm so patient.
Yeah, well, hold on a second here, because there's a whole nother level, I think, that you guys may be missing. In fact, I think you are missing. Okay? And part of that level has to do with the fact that both of you are scared to death.
Oh.
In many ways.
That's why. Here we go.
All right, here we go again.
I know.